Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to a new video with the Strymon Big Sky. So when I did my last video on the Big Sky, a lot of you asked if I could share some of my favorite settings on the Big Sky. So I will show you a cloud mode that I absolutely adore. This is a gorgeous sound to get a kind of warm wash underneath your guitar. So we will see all the parameters that you need to recreate the same sound that I've played at the beginning. I'm using that sound a lot in my music. I think I've used it in my video with my collab with Chords of Orion. I've used it in ambient sketch number 15 and others, so I will try to put in the description box all the links so you can hear that sound in context. So first of all, what is really important is the decay knob. I really max out on the decay on this one. This is more than 50 seconds of decay. So this is a lot, but it really allows the reverb to sit and be a wash underneath your guitar. It might be a little bit too much for what you're playing, but I find that it's the best when we want to play pedal tones. So at the beginning of this video, I have played a D major chord and I stayed in the D major key with all the notes that I've chosen, so it fitted. But you might want to just set up a shorter decay if you want to change chords, because 50 seconds of decay when you want to change chord in your progressions is maybe a little bit too long, okay? Then a little bit of pre-delay like this, and the mix is pretty wet too. So if the mix was more to the left, your dry signal would sound a little too much dry on top of the reverb. You hear that the reverb is quite not there, so I really like to have a pretty high mix for that sound. Just like that. I'm gonna lower the decay so we don't hear it for the whole video. And then what's really important is the tone knob. I want a really dark tone because with that kind of wash, it can get piercing when you put it all the way to the right. And when you get a wash, you want it to be warm and really sit under your tone, and it doesn't have to steal the spotlight of your original tone. So here's how it sounds when the tone is brighter. It's too bright for a wash underneath the guitar, so I really like to put the tone very dark for this, okay? Then the parameter 1 here is the low end, and it's set up not a lot of low end, okay? Because I know it's tempting to add it, but what I said about the wash underneath the guitar is that you want it to be controlled enough so it doesn't steal the spotlight of your original tone. So when you put too much low end, it starts to get out of control. I will demonstrate it by putting a lot of low end. it's not that it's not beautiful, but it gets out of control. So by having pretty low end, so I don't know if the Big Sky actually add it or cuts it, but I prefer to left the low end like this, not a lot of it, so we can get things under control. And with the diffusion, it's kind of the same thing. It's pretty conservative to the left. The modulation is to taste, but I want to have quite some movement on it. So if I cut the mod, it sounds like this. It's very sterile, so you really want to have a good dose of modulation on it. Let's see how it sounds with the modulation all the way to the max. It sounds like a very fast vibrato or ring modulator or something. So I think that my sweet spot is really the mod here at 2 o'clock or something, okay? So that's pretty much how I set up my Big Sky for the cloud mode. This is a beautiful sound for a wash underneath your guitar. If you have the Big Sky, have fun and copy my setting to make some music. If you don't have the Big Sky, I'm really sorry. You will really want to have one after hearing this particular sound. So as always, on my music, when you're listening to my ambient sketches or covers or anything like that, don't hesitate to ask me how I make my tones. I really want to be generous and share my presets, and I could do it with a lot more of my pedals and sounds, so you can replicate the sounds that you love too, okay? So until next time, guys, take care and au revoir.